sometimes win, sometimes teasel. Grasping the last word to start the story, my boss sold me an old school bus, and in my little head, at that moment, it felt like a promotion. The main thing is that it feels like it. I'm happy. We decided to take it on a summer vacation to the Sunshine Coast. We were planning to go to the coast with our neighbors, meet old friends, and do something together, more like a beach holiday. 1,600 kilometers in 3 days to avoid too much consecutive driving. We stopped at Coolum, New South Wales, not far from Newcastle. I've never been there before, and I like that kind of ignorance and trying new things. The next morning, we set the compass, got coffee, and I don't remember what was for breakfast, but the main thing is that the child is happy. The second stop was Yamba, one of my favorite places. We discovered it years ago with my friend Laurie Suster. One reason we stopped at Yamba was that the bus got a cheap door motor from there. And the caravan park, especially for families, is very popular. The Blue Dolphin Holiday Park. I recommend it. My missus liked it too. Dinner was at the Yamba Pub Club restaurant. Nothing disappointing there. And someone had parked a similar bus next to ours. Then sleep, and a new day began. In the morning, we put on our cappuccinos and croissants, entered Queensland around Brisbane, and the Sunshine Coast was our home for the next 10 days. We got the keys to the house and were quite satisfied. You can always whinge and whine, and we did that. Trust me, we did whinge. The barbecue had seen its better days with the other guests. And the dishwasher didn't wash the dishes clean either, so eating out was a good choice. In addition to other plans, there was also a plan to get together with two good old friends who flew here from Estonia because they can, and it happened that Eric's missus was a former golf champion, so it was necessary to find out how good she is at golf. We played our first game at Mount Coolum Golf Course, which wasn't bad. But it seemed that it was next to where we should have gone.
Oh, väike slice ikka tuli, kurat, aga muidu...
Well, but it was still fun to play. And somehow the game went well that time.
Erik arvab, et on kehva koha peal pall. Peaaegu!
I think I beat Margot that day, but a few days later, she got the golf set that suited her, and then I had no hope to win anymore. The weather was quite chaotic, but at least we didn't sweat. We were soaked from the rain. We had one more golf game before I sent them on the way back to Estonia. Thanks for the good time, absolutely enjoyed it. See you next time. Anyway, back to the story. There's another person who's been part of the family for a long time. Meet Edgar. Me and Edgar go way back, something like 20 years or even more. Bloke who pulled out $20,000 from pokey machines in 1 month. Bloke who broke his arm and won the skate competition the next day. Bloke who's ready to take a bullet for you, and he probably already has. I could make a whole series out of this guy, but it's my holiday video. So we ended up going to the beach.
Ei tea, kui kuum see võib olla seal.
No, mõnugi ei ole. Kohe tuleb, vari tuleb. Ma näen juba oma...
Vari on siin, tule siia, ära näe. Tule, va.
A sandy beach stretching for 50-odd kilometers is reason enough to take a vehicle with you. And luckily, they had vehicles to suit that terrain. We were near Noosa.
Ma olen näinud neid videosid siin, kus vennad lõksu jäävad.
Not far from the famous Rainbow Beach. Habitat where all the alpha males with big modified four-wheel drives enjoying the life with their friends and family. I wish I was a big alpha male. On the other hand, I took a lot of photos of And now I'm sitting at the computer doing an awesome edit of all that. Once we had enough of the hot sun and salty water, we found our way back to the holiday house. There were some weird animals hiding in the backyard, and we ended up going for dinner at the surf club. Suddenly, the girls were gone, and we had glasses full of drinks in our hands. This photo could look like it's computer-generated and screenshotted from Adobe Page. But I can assure you Vaco personally handed his camera to older lady who agreed to take photo. Remember the 20 grand that Ed won a while ago? He lost $800 to those machines that time. Me and my neighbor Vaco, on the other hand, won for $100 each. Not sure where that money went or if it was just a dream. Anyway, it was time to go to sleep. Since that holiday was back in November, I can't really remember what happened the next day. But we did hire a boat on Noosa River and had a barbecue on it. Once again, an absolutely beautiful experience to go out there and enjoy the view with food and friends. Lucky we don't need a license for these boats. Happy days. All we had left to do was take more photos of our beautiful girls. Enough! It's been a long 3 days editing this. It's time to pack our bags and start going home. Everyone's like, what about the Great Australia Zoo? Next time. There's always next time, my friends. I still have dinosaurs and butterflies I want to show you.
Listen. Oj, jakie.
I'm not really a fan of dinosaurs since they all died, other than crocodiles, kangaroos, elephants, cockroaches, lizards, and whatnot. I think it's a hoax, but I will never argue with a guy who turns dirt around with a spoon and gets paid for that. It's the same as arguing with a person who, you know, like someone who is not right because you don't like it, and cannot prove him wrong, and they keep doing it. Just in case you got me wrong, I don't think Earth is flat, just to be clear. Alright, this whole holiday video has turned into shamboodle, which is a new word I just made up. Main thing is that everybody made their way back home safely, and we had a good time. See y'all next time.